商海名人访是商海整装待发后的新栏目。作为新思路的第一炮，我们将邀请各大领域的成功人士到直播间亲身说法，让观众们零距离吸收楷模们的创新思维。
各方面都有它的创新的，那都可以把它发挥出来。
要迈向成功的关键路就是思维，思维对了，一切都对了。
现在透过网上科技，拥有自己的公司，
加快速度，多一点去看，这个是一个机会。
你的优势没有，你要就是我有这一个，我有这个都可以去用。
真正可以很现实的，可以真的碰得到、摸得到、看得到、感觉得到。
我们在创业都会面对到资源有限的情况，所以我们花的每一分钱，我们都会用很小心。
今天你付出多少，你的收获肯定有多少，那么你可以去得到的肯定更多。
最主要的还是你懂你自己要什么东西，先设定目标非常的重要。
不要把它看成是压力，就如果可以把它变成动力，会更好。
觉得做什么都好，就是做人家不敢做的事情，很感恩自己的这个工作，让我们看到不一样的东西。
因为现在的资讯非常发达，所以我们也非常着重于在利用我们的大数据，来为我们的顾客群做一个非常全面的分析。
人生不是一条线，有起落，情绪也是有起落，所以你讲起这个故事，当然有起起落落。我觉得我自己很幸运，有这个机会出来创业。
上海名人坊，我们将会用100个故事感动你，请留意我们下一集的播出时间，再见。
Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. Today we're interviewing the founder of A Cut Above. She's also one of the most well-known and established hairdressers in Malaysia and very popular among socialites and fashionistas. She's also a role model for many women entrepreneurs. And despite that, she has never stopped learning and always strived to achieve greater heights. Now, in today's world where looks is so important, and a lot of people wonder, how should they have their own style by not following trend blindly and create their own brand? Now, if that's important to you, then you cannot miss this interview with the master herself. Hi, Datin Winnie.
Hi,
welcome.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
No, well, thank you. Well, I know that Cut Above has been around for almost 40 years. As a matter of fact, you guys are celebrating your 40th anniversary next year. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, come a long way. Really come a long way.
Yeah, I know it's a long way. You still look very young, by the way. And that, I suppose, is part of the success in creating the brand. What was it like 40 years ago?
40 years ago, well, thank you for reminding. I think we were so tiny. I started really small with about, we call it a 10-seater salon, even though it was a 428 square feet. Very tiny outfit when, but the good thing about it is I knew what I wanted. I just want to concentrate on the creme de la creme. You can't be taking care of everyone. You can't be in a very busy mall. So I just like that. The
more like a niche, more like a niche.
Yeah, the ambience of a quiet, in a nice mall, which is that we call it MPI. Now they call it what, MPL or something like So that tiny little salon helped me to springboard to where I am. I think it was the driven purpose, the compassion about what I want to do to elevate the trade in a way stylishly, small but dream big kind of feeling. Yeah, that's how I achieve it today.
But I'm sure it wasn't easy because there's no point of reference.
Well, it was the toughest because when you're small, you get less recognition. People will just think you are small. Well, one thing good about it is because I'm fully trained in a way as a hairdresser, and the advantage is I spoke pretty good English, and that is where when you have that, the people who come to you are above class. They're really a cut above the rest.
So that is when you started doing your branding.
Yeah, so I knew what I wanted. So from very small salon, instead of just thinking that I want to concentrate on the masses, I knew my direction. Our clients, even at that time, were today's really big-time tycoon. If I have to really mention, drop some names, there will be like today's Tan Sri, Francis Yeo, Tunku Abdullah, Tunku this, Tunku that. So it was really a tiny salon, but we service.
So you kind of grow together with your clients.
Yeah, so if we ever meet today or whatsoever, we actually grew up together.
Yeah. But
many of them.
Your industry is a very, it's a very competitive industry. How do you think out of the box and stand out in the industry?
Well, I think we have done a lot of very interesting things while being very hands-on as a hairdresser, because I really do not want to be just
another hair
thinking that I hold a pair of scissors and I just cut hair, right? So we were innovative. I remember even way back when we felt that when we reached 10,000 clients record, we were like a little...
you actually count?
Yes, no, we are like a little clinic,
okay.
like a medical clinic. We'll ask for the name and everything.
I see.
We will have the IC and the name, and we have a little card. And yeah, we put it into a cart, and when the customer comes, we'll just bring the cart
And this
out.
is even before the computer age, right?
Yeah, so we were using the old-fashioned technique of a customer cart. So when we reached 10,000 cards, we just said, this is not going to work. Some days the girls forget to file the card and we can't find the card. So we said, yes, it's about time to go a little bit computerized. So we computerized in 1988.
Wow.
When people do not know what is called, possibly people will say, why do you invest in a computer?
Because it was expensive.
A lot of people was not even digital inclined.
Yeah, and in those days, the computer was still black screen.
Yes,
black screen with that green, the IBM computer.
Started that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, very early.
Okay.
So I think that innovation has helped us to be different. And I remember we do really crazy thing that yeah, if it's a lady, they'll walk in and we find every reason to pamper them. We give them a rose. Thank you for coming. Today is what day, or today is Saturday, or today is... You know, we have little things that...
Yeah. I suppose that linked to my next question of being innovative. And I can really tell that that's part of the innovation, being creative, innovative in your business. But given nowadays where people are so exposed to technology, you can just pretty much go online and search like what is the latest trend in Europe and all. So how do you stay innovative, like to create something of your own? Yeah.
For today, things are so different. People of today's millennial are so blessed. They just keep the best this, the best that. I want that biolash, I want that hair color. You don't even have to worry about what they want. They bring
they tell you what they want, right?
They will screenshot a picture or even bring their phone and flip the pages. I want this look, I want that.
That's what I meant. Then would it make it more difficult to be innovative?
Yeah, so what happened is from the very day one, you see, I knew this kind of trade is not about me. Innovation, if you want innovation to grow, sometimes you do not want to concentrate on yourself being like a diva. Or like they say, oh, I'm the superstar. No. From day one, I knew I need teamwork. So I have a lot of people in my group, young stylists, award-winning stylists, people who are creative, people who will not stop learning, even though I don't stop learning, but I really do not want to be the whole thing is about me anymore. So innovation is about teamwork. Innovation is about giving your people chances. And innovation is about pushing boundaries, allowing your young team to learn, unlearn them, maybe making them to relearn. So we always have classes, maybe workshops. Sometimes a lot of foreign hairdressers come in. We still want them to learn. There's new colors, there's help from the brand companies. There's always new things. So as long as we don't shut our mind, even at my time being in the hair industry for 4 decades, I'm still learning.
But that will have another problem in its own, right? Like a lot of people fear that once you expose so much to your young team about being creative, and then they leave.
I think I've gone through that since 1980. From the day I decided that yes, we need to grow, I have changed.
And then they left,
I have so many teams that do that.
Yeah, and they become your competition.
Yes, they're really doing me a favor. You know what? They make me more competent because they become my immediate competitor. In a way, initially it's upset. Maybe I was upset for a month or two, maybe 3. But because of all these people who pushes me, my boundaries became even much
They
more.
become the driving force.
Yes, I think, you see, in today's, especially today's kind of lifestyle, if there's no competition, I won't stay competent, and I think that I'm the best.
Complacent.
Yes, I bet so complacent. I don't want to learn anymore, so it's not right. It's really not right.
Okay. Now, the 21st century has now entered an unprecedented moment of change. So how do you ensure you stay relevant and become the benchmark and remain the benchmark?
I am still doing lots of things to accept myself. Instead of just concentrating cutting hair as a hairdresser, I have started, or rather co-founded with young millennials into like Brand Yourself. I'm a partner of Restyle Asia, which is an online portal about anything beauty and wellness. And something to be launched soon is makeover mobile apps, where people can have outdoor services, keying in. Think of us eventually one day as the Agoda of hairdressing. Yeah. I'm going into that on the Malaysian level, but eventually, if investors comes in, I'm definitely calling for a global exercise.
Do share a little
bit. All
yeah.
about hair, beauty, wellness, and brands.
All in that one app.
3 companies.
Okay, so you'll be working with a lot of
3 partners.
Okay.
3 millennial partners who drill me with exciting ideas. Because you see, if you don't let your mind slacks at all, you mix with the right trend and the people, they are the one who actually groom me, grow me, and make me stay young.
Well, this is the part that you are very different from a lot of people, a lot of entrepreneurs out there, because for you, there's no such thing as age boundaries. You know, there's no such thing as creativity boundaries. You're always on the go.
Yeah. You see, I look at my role model. Is if 30 years ago, when people ask me, do I retire? I say, retire? At what age? No. Look at our Tun M. He's already 70 and he's still so aggressive, you know, that time. And now, especially
even more
after
so.
the new government, it's like, he's 93. I think he gives me more hope. I'm still decades behind him in terms of my age, you know. So I'm actually very, very young.
Because a lot of people, very often we hear people lamenting, you know, people around us lamenting, no la, I'm already la, you know, let the young people do it, and things like that. But
I do say that. That's why my salon have a lot of young award-winning stylists. We push them to enter, whether it's a Color Trophy or Shawaskov Hairdresser of the Year. We push them so the brand stays relevant. So it's not about me. You see, sometimes personal branding is very strong for myself, but I think for me, I really want a cut above to be the brand of choice.
So now one last question before we go for a short break. So what do you see yourself, what role do you see yourself playing now?
I'm playing, well, I call myself a sisterly role. I'm like the big sister in the whole organization, that the respect is always there, but they know that whatever little glitch and problem, if they encounter, I am always their person to solve. Sometimes my stylists, even though they are so great, but they have a slight technical problem that they need to solve. I'm always pulled to the corner. Take a look at that client. Can you advise me what color should I add into the bowl or to apply? I think that alone is enough to be an inspiration to the team who respects me.
I have a name for that. It's called the Oracle. Well, we shall take a short break and we'll be back in a moment to continue to speak with Datin Winnie Loo. Don't go away.
回顾40年，商海努力不懈地立足大马，观望世界，推动马来西亚中小型企业发展。趁着40周年在即，这激动的时刻以前，我们希望打开更广阔的受众群，成就美式义庄。 商海联合亚太企业家名人堂，邀请各大领域的成功人士到直播间亲身说法，让观众们零距离吸收楷模们的创新思维，让每一则纪实型的激励故事陪伴大家不做第一，却是唯一，扎根21世纪。
Hi, welcome back. Joining us today is Datin Winnie Loo from A Cut Above. Hi, Datin. All right. Hi. Okay, we're talking about branding. Yeah, in the introduction of this segment, we're talking about branding, and nowadays branding is not just one entity. You know, you're talking about corporate branding, personal branding, and everything is a branding. So which one do you think is more important? Like, given yourself, you yourself is a brand. Yeah, Datin Winnie Loo is a brand itself. But at the same time, A Cut Above is also a brand. Which one do you think is more important?
Well, it depends on what kind of business they're doing. For me, it started off with corporate, because who is Winnie Loo anyway? So the whole idea was to drive my group into a very recognized brand, as like A Cut Above, that kind of thing. You know? But along the way, the founder just got famous. Yeah, I think it was a good thing. So the founder just got famous. So as that, I think at par, A Cut Above and Winnie Loo was just as famous, going in sync together.
Yeah,
so it was
it's
just,
like a parallel thing.
Yeah, it was parallel, and it was just so perfect. But if you ask me on an average, let's say people business, it really depends what they are. If they are very concerned about the company, who is that particular person, sometimes, and that person want to shine more, then you might just want to concentrate on the personal side. But if you have a group to take care, you can't just over-concentrate about yourself. So is the corporate brand got to be so important. When it's very strong, whoever comes in eventually will rise.
Okay.
So if it's too personal, the rest of the people cannot come up. Because everyone that comes in only want Winnie Loo. That's why years ago I decided that no, the company is not about me.
So you kind of de-associate yourself from the brand. Just create two different entities.
So because I remember about 5 years ago, we decided that to take out my image out of the shop, because last time I'm the one who holds all the trophies and everything. As you enter A Cut Above, it's all about me. But then when my son, being the new millennial kind of strategy, and he stepped into the family business, he said, "Mom, it's about time you take out all these things, because if everything is about you, the client who comes in is like, I want that person." So I realized that, and I don't want to overwork. So I really felt that corporate branding is very important for people who want to grow the company first before themselves. If you can do it like me in parallel, perfect.
Because corporate branding can be a legacy, right? So even one day you decided to
and then the founder
retire,
eventually will be a legacy. Because if the corporate brand, you know, even like bank, sometimes who cares about who's the founder or what bank?
Yeah,
you know?
correct.
But everyone need to go to the bank, right? But all everyone that works there are important. But if the person who is just the banker counts your money, he don't do that anymore. So it's the same. If you look at the strategy, is that company that grows it have to be very strong.
So what you're saying essentially is when you focus so much on personal brand, in the event the person is no longer around, then the brand dies with it.
So it's very important how you do it. Even for hairdressing salon. Even if the name is that person, unless the person is with us soon. Even though he's gone, legendary. You know,
the brand's still there.
The brand is still there. So unless you're able to just grow that and make it into legendary, and then that is about teamwork. So I'm very into both. Corporate is important, but more importantly is you must know when to shine the brand, and personally you must write along it.
That itself is an art. It's not easy to master, right? To find the balance between them. Speaking of balance, how about the status quo of men and women in this industry? We always know, you know, this industry has always been very female-oriented. It used to be, at least. But nowadays we see a great change.
Up to the 80s, it was still very much a lady business, you know, but Not anymore.
Yeah.
I think the whole world has changed. Yeah. I travel a lot, and I know what it's like. All my friends, whether it's China, Hong Kong, everyone is talking about it. It's so difficult to find a good female stylist. So
why do you think that's so?
I think the female has more other interesting things to do. They can just post, do this, do that, and then they can be blogger, they can be
social media influencer.
They're so easy, they dress well, and they take some picture, you like me.
Just look pretty and be famous.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think maybe they want the easy way out. You see, you have to understand, hairdressing is a very patient business, very tough. You have, for a year or two, you have to be on skill. You have to be really trained.
And dealing with customers, some difficult customers.
Yes. So you deal with all sorts of people. So sometimes the younger ones, the younger girls are not so patient. They're spending more things to do now. Yeah? Like you said, dress up and be pretty and have lots of followers, right? Yeah. So a lot of people are like that. So maybe there are more opportunities for the girls to do things differently these days. So
do you think that's an advantage, or is that a disadvantage?
So it's an advantage for those girls who are great. They will shine faster than many.
True. A different take on the matter.
Because it's lesser girls, so the guys have to be the one fighting.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
it's
right?
very true.
The guys, you know, we are not talking about gender thing, you know. So if there's 10 guys that tries to be outstanding, but there was a girl who's extremely outstanding,
you are already outstanding.
The girl is outstanding.
Yeah.
So I think that makes me, until today, I'm still shining, right?
So are you saying that so women have a better edge over the competition? Is that what it is?
It can be, because you see, okay, you're talking about a lot of ladies want the guy to do their hair. But at the same time, I want to get it right. There are a lot of men who want the ladies to cut their hair, surprisingly.
Because for a lot of men...
a lot of men clients.
Yeah, because a lot of men, they think women are more detail-oriented when it comes to things like that.
They're willing to listen, they learn a year, and all things, yes.
Correct.
So I think it's that touch, it's that touch that maybe some guys like it.
Now, talking about 21st century, we all know that now it's the IT rules, right? So a lot of people say, well, there are certain industries that you don't need to tie up with technology as much, because an art like doing your hair, you still need to be at the salon physically to get it done. So do you think, how important do you think it is for your industry to catch up with technology?
To me, it's very important. You see, I really think that if our skills are always there for cutting, but there are things that speeds up. Like, let's say if you're doing a digital perm, if the machine is so good that helps you warm up the curl, do this, do that, and you get that perfect curl, which basically our skill and our technique may not be able to warm up that curl, how are you going to warm it up? You're not going to just fold up, use hair dryer, use this and that, right? Yes, so the machine is almost being so clever that they really know, and the minute you just press...
Precise, everything is precise.
Yes,
right?
you just press there as fragile, weak hair, the machine will tell you exactly on all the rods, they will know which one is more fragile. This one has maybe need 110 Celsius or Fahrenheit, and this one needs 120, this one needs 90. I think we are not able to do that, but the machine and the technology has become so brainy that they're able to analyze this hair is weaker. So the rods cannot be so heated up.
Okay.
So I think that to me is interesting technology. And think about all the equipments where the dryers are getting the greater. Yeah, they can have ceramic iron, ceramic dryers. I strongly believe in technology.
And information technology, especially the app that you're talking about, right?
And information technology really helps. Like in our salon now, even if our client want to tell us that I went to your bangsa 2 months ago, but our whole record just didn't have that record. So unless our outlet did not record her, or this client is just trying to pull us, trying to tell us that they went, but they didn't know that we are linked on.
Okay.
We are linked up.
Yep.
So we are so linked up that the client actually, the hair may not be done by us.
Ah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, I get what you're saying. Yep.
Yeah. So because we are linked up.
Yeah.
Unless they give another name. So we definitely know if, let's say, someone comes to Bangsa and say, oh, I like the hair which was done at Pavilion, the color. Can you trace back? Yes, of course.
Okay.
If you actually gave the right name, you trace, and they say, oh yes, it's that.
So everything is computerized. Yes. Okay.
So I thank digital for keeping us so intact that even my staff that check into work.
Thumbprint.
Yes.
Thumb reading.
Because we used to have culprits, really culprits, that they did not come in. It was a clock-in card. The colleague clocked in for them. They actually came in 1 hour late, but they said someone clocked in their card. So now I see. We just read your thumb.
Yeah, big fan of technologies.
I think so. And that's why I'm having all these mobile apps. I'm having
I know.
Restyle Asia.
I can so see your app helping people like, oh, let's see how I look like with this new hair, and you know.
Yeah, eventually. Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's so important that we need to just move with the time and the trend.
And that's how you stay relevant.
Yeah. I think that is what makes me.
Back to the very initial question.
I just have to keep thinking young.
Yeah.
I think it helps.
Yeah.
You don't age your brain by thinking a little more.
Correct.
You actually, the brain is, the more you read, because you are forced to read a lot more and find out more. So because of that, you think fast, you act fast, you actually can be able to just come up with the words faster because you always use your brain.
But where do you find the energy and drive to keep up with the trend? You know, we're talking about trend like
everyone got 24 hours, right? As though I have 25.
And every month there's something new. You know, there's always these new things coming up, IGTV and all these things. You know, like
I think it's because when you want to stay relevant, you just have to keep constantly be in the know. So I'm one who's constantly.
Do you think that's your personality?
Yeah, it's my personality from young days.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not like I need to do something. You see, I also thank technology that just everything is like a Google away. You know?
Yeah.
Just Google, click.
Yeah.
So I'm
like that too. So I totally understand what you're talking about.
So I really, even if sometimes I want to refer on let's say in case the word is too difficult to spell, I better don't get it wrong. Yeah. So I just dictionary and just Google on it, and
Now you see how detail-oriented Datin Winnie Loo is.
I think that's how we learn.
Getting the spelling. No, you'll be surprised that youngsters nowadays couldn't be bothered to even do a spell check.
No, they don't. It's also because they're so digitalized that they just use very short form.
Yeah.
But actually, if you do very short form WhatsApp kind of sending, eventually you lose it, which is very wrong.
Which affects the branding, right? It affects everything. So you see everything links together.
Yeah. So I rather have detail. I'm very detailed in terms of that.
Okay. Well, again, we're going to take a short break. And coming back, we'll have some questions from the viewers. Yep, so don't go away. Okay, welcome back, and we're gonna have some questions from the viewers for Datin Winnie Loo. Of course, everyone sees this opportunity to ask the questions. You know, it's a very rare chance that we have a master on our show. So, Datin Winnie, in the past, one was encouraged to keep a high profile of work and a low profile when it comes to personal life. Yeah? However, people these days seem to do just the contrary. You know, we're talking about the young girls now, like, doesn't look pretty and show you every aspect of their life pretty much. Yeah. It's very high profile, where they go for holiday, who they're going with, what they're eating. Yeah. What's your take on that?
Actually, it's so dangerous, right? All right. From the early days, okay, when there was less of all these things, I was less obviously seen. I was really hardworking. I just want to work, but with a lot of interviews, right? But we don't really showcase what we really have previously. Like, you don't, there's no That means there's no social media to get you to put on a picture.
Unless someone see you physically going to your car, they wouldn't know what car you drive. Yeah.
So actually for me personally, today's generation, some overdo it. Some really overdo it. You see, I like a little bit of
privacy
somehow. I will not over showcase how I live, how, you know, maybe to the extent about what I shop, what I buy, or what I this, I that, unless it's an interview. But on an everyday basis, I can see a lot of people uploading everything. So maybe it's a way of self-satisfaction. It's very important. It's like I arrive.
Do you think that is the way of telling the world?
It's so sad that a lot of all these youngsters, it's about not their money.
Yeah.
Many of them may be only spending parents' money, but they still want to overshow that they arrive.
Yeah, that's my question. Do you think that is a way of creating their own brand? And whether or not you think that's a right way to do it?
I cannot say it's a wrong way. Okay. It's not right. Well, perhaps many more will be, I hope many more will be like my son. My son is totally the other way around.
Oh, he's not into this whole social media.
No, he is so against the fact that, Mom, why are you so public? Can you just shut down your page?
Yeah, your mom's a celebrity. That's what it is.
Then after a while, then he'll say, oh yeah, Mom, okay, because you are a known figure, you have to. But whatever it is, he or my husband do not like the fact that I am actually telling where I'm holidaying or where this, where that. Sometimes I choose to put it only when I arrive home.
Yeah, that's probably a better choice, right? A better option.
Or another thing is, okay, I know that I'm only by myself or with someone, with my husband, but my house is still with people. I don't mind. But if my house is empty, I don't do anything.
But it's because the concern of the security aspect of it, right?
In a way, you just cannot just tell the whole world that, oh, come to my house. Welcome
nobody's
to my
home.
house. My house, nobody is at home.
Yeah.
So it is that kind of security I'm very concerned. That's why even in my young years, while I was building up a personal brand, my kids never appear in my pictures, even while they are growing up. And then, of course, now that they're adult, they even don't even want to be in the picture. So basically, I think social media has a way to announce you arrive, but sometimes it's kind of
out of hand.
Yeah, a little out of hand.
Yeah. So
I really encourage those parents sometimes not to even overexpose their children.
How do you think they should what do you call that, leverage on social media to create their own brand without jeopardizing themselves?
They should have really good way of writing, impressive. You see, I follow a few people that I love and they are really awesome, like John Lee, he's a fantastic speaker. And, or sometimes if you have a reason to say something, someone wants to follow you, but you must have taste, tasteful. Even let's say if you choose to talk about your car, come up with something more tasteful than just put a car there and post.
And how expensive it is.
And it costs you that much. Oh yeah, my husband buy this for me. So sometimes maybe, I don't know, I really want to encourage people to use their mind to think about something more relevant instead of just showy.
Yeah.
Because I think when you become so showy, then eventually people will just think that it's no-brainer. Anybody can just do that. So it's very important.
But
maybe because I care for that, but many people don't.
Yeah, and having said that, I actually had this conversation with some friends the other day about how realistic what's being portrayed on social media. You know, they're talking about someone posting something and being fake, and I say, well, you know, it's very hard to tell what is fake, what is real anymore, because if you look at social media, everyone seems to be on a perpetual holiday vacation. They are perpetually surrounded by good friends and good food, and I think that's not realistic. Right? That's not realistic. Nobody lives like that. I don't know, maybe some people do, but I don't.
Every day is caviar and Dom Perignon.
Champagne, and every day is on vacation, first class flight, you know. How, I don't know.
Every day.
Yeah.
So
every
it's like they don't work,
that.
right? And they don't work, right?
I would like to have a life like that.
I think many people would. So, what we jokingly say, oh, they like to jealous people. Yeah. So I think there is still yes or no. So I will not want to comment on those people that I felt that they must. You see, even sometimes it's very common that a lot of people fly well, you know, but it's not about constantly putting yourself on that level that every time you must show how you fly. I think somehow.
So that leads to my next question.
You know, you will not believe it sometimes. I might want to have a posting that I may be, let's say, in Paris, but instead of putting me shopping in somewhere, I would just rather happily showing me having a coffee in just one of the street. So
a latte. Simple.
What a life. Good enough. It's not about overly showing.
Okay, that's my next question. Maybe because for people like yourself, you have achieved a certain level, but as for a lot of these startups, they do not have it. How do you strike? What is your advice to them? Like, you know, obviously they do not have like shopping in like a branded store in Paris, first class flight, and you know, so they want to create that.
You see, all these new people, new millennium, if the millennial people are the one who is so socially involved, you don't see, you know, maybe those more upper style, high society people, they do, but because they have everything already. But I think it's okay for them to show off a bit for the young, because this is what they do, because
they call it inspiration.
Yes, it's like they dream big. So maybe they work so hard to have that, so they finally have a nice car, or finally they...
it's aspiration.
So they got the back of their dream. So off and on, it's all right, but it's not about every day putting the same, putting about their shopping, but after a while,
I think it works against your own brand, right? People will think like, has this person ever worked a day in their life?
So you can't, because you see, like sometimes we must also show us at work. We must also show us back to basic. I'm still cutting hair. So even in sometimes some of my Instagram, I do really dress down. In fact, to be exact, if I'm not going to the event, if I really go to work, I like to be in my shirt and my jeans. So. And I will not mind. Yes, I will not mind to be seen in that simpler attire.
That's just who we are.
So it's not about every day you must put onto your Insta or into your Facebook that, yes, every day is, you live like that, you know. So I think it's a no-no.
Okay, now this is speaking about Facebook. You have been seen appearing in many of the Facebook content, interviews and all. So care to share with us what is your next plan? And speaking of writing on social media, so what is the next plan?
Well, I've been seen is because I've been really active doing things from having a hair association, which actually have a very big festival annually in June in Shanghai. That gives me quite a fair bit of exposure there. And recently we just have something together with Steve, my personal branding partner. We did something exciting. We train entrepreneurs. We train a lot of entrepreneurs to shine, to rise, to be awesome, to be extraordinary. And then also I have my Restyle Asia that I work very closely with Arthur. We're also on a campaign about raising funds. So, and interviews continuously, which I thank social media. Well, social media actually can bring us to another level that sometimes we just thought we want to stop, but you can't stop because you just still continue. On my next agenda for personally, for Cut Above especially, we're going to celebrate big time, 40 years of a Cut Above. Yes, I think that deserves a big round of applause from many people who may be following me 40 years from.
Wow.
From.
Care to spill the beans a bit? What's the celebration that you line up?
Well, I want to honor some people who are so faithfully with a Cut Above for 40 years. I don't know how they can make it. They are still faithfully a Cut Above clients, or maybe honor some people, honor my people. So, yeah, they really make us who we are, what we are today.
Wow.
Yeah, so of course, gala parties, thank you dinner.
40 days celebration?
So, 1 whole year.
1 whole year,
yes,
40 weeks.
Yes, we call it a whole year of celebration.
Oh, wow,
so
great.
It can be in many, many forms.
So I'm sure your clients can look forward to some...
Maybe we decided to go crazy. Yeah? Maybe there will be one day we give 40% discount.
Oh, there you go.
No, I'm just joking. I don't know yet. I'm kidding. Yeah, one day. Don't know one day.
I was just about to say that there'll be promotions to look forward to. You mentioned 40%.
Yeah. So only worry that we cannot handle, right?
Yeah, I know.
But anything is possible because a brand reaches 40 years and
it's not easy.
The founder is still very energetic about it, always on a level 10 doing things. So yes, we're having a lot of things in the pipeline.
Well, and as a celebrity, was this last question from our viewers, as a celebrity you need to stay on top of your game all the time. How do you strike a balance?
Well, you will be surprised if I tell you the balance is so simple. Cook a good meal to warm up the tummy of the family, everything becomes so good.
Wow.
I love to cook. A lot of people will not know, they just think that, well, I must be always socially in the scene.
Yeah.
Always only tell
never
people
home.
that I receive high society, that I receive that award. But on the actual thing that a lot of people do not know how I balance myself. Yeah, I just
so it's still the family's number one.
I go to the market. I love to be able to just get my groceries. I go to the wet market to get all the things that I need to, and I can cook up a storm.
Wow.
So which is, yes, even for a guest, for 20 guests, I can still, I think that's so important.
You cook it yourself?
I cook myself.
Wow.
Of course, with the help of my, you know, I always think, I love to cook, but I hate to wash dishes, right? So
that's where the husband come in.
Yeah. So now that one he'll just only waiting to be served. But yeah, I must have helpers at home. So I think in life, balance is not difficult if the person who rides high in their career as a woman, especially as a woman, it's very important to be able to play the role as wife, mother, partner, companion. You know, mentor to be a person who listens to the family needs and pray about it. Because I always say a praying mother and a praying wife is the best thing in life, that everything is going to be intact, because I think that is so important. So I'm very thankful by the grace of God. We say that, you know, when you have a good life and you want to be thankful to friends, to everything around me.
Be grateful.
To be grateful, yes. I am a very grateful person. Gracious is so important.
So meaning to
many of today's situation and people are slacking on graciousness and bad attitude. So I think that, I have to say, is one of the most important factors that people rise above continuously. Why are they blessed? Because of gratitude.
There's no shortcut.
No shortcut, no shortcut.
Well, thank you very much, Datin. Thank you so much for coming on the program. And here's a little token they would like to present to you.
So thank you.
Thank you so much. And and thank you for sharing all the secrets of being a successful entrepreneur, a mother, a celebrity. So there you go. Thank you once again.
Thank you.